Welcome back. You watched our first or second or whatever number series, and you're back for more. That means we got great questions and great answers. Todd Colley with Great American RV, Eric Perry. Let's talk more about RV finance.
Let's do it.
A big thing, anytime I've gone in to purchase anything big like this for a vehicle, I've purchased a few campers. When you walk into finance, it's always, they're trying to sell you something else, right? You have extended warranties for repairs, just different things. And people shy away from that because they're just scared that they're wasting money, right? And I could say from the service side of things, you're not wasting money on an extended warranty repair.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you never know what's going to happen with these. So let's talk a little bit about products and what Great American RV offers when it comes to stuff after your regular manufacturer warranty.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest aspects of buying an RV and going through our delivery process is meeting with a finance manager who's going to ask how you plan on using this RV. There's a bunch of different questions to figure out what protection packages are going to suit the consumer the best, right? As we know, campers, they have a tendency to fail depending on, what you're buying, and it could depend on if it's a big failure or small failure, but we do need to make sure that our consumers are protected. Those service bills can rack up, be thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yes.
So we offer a few different protection packages that help cover the majority of the camper, so our customers can really go out and enjoy these things without having to worry about little things going wrong with it, big things going wrong with it. For example, we have service contracts that will cover the majority of the mechanical and electrical components of the camper, up to about 5 years. So most of our manufacturer warranties will cover you for that first camping season, and then after that, you're on your own.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that if that AC fails, if that slide out fails, if the awning motor fails, all different components of this RV, if they break, you can bring it into us, Great American RV, or you can take it nationwide if you're traveling, and we can get that fixed for you, and you don't have to worry about paying for parts and labor. Again, those bills can eat you up. We offer roadside assistance and tire and wheel plans. If you're traveling extensively with an RV, you're gonna want some kind of coverage. When you go down the road and have a blowout, what's your plan, right? And I always ask customers that is, you got to think about these things. What's your plan? What would you do?
Right.
And unfortunately, most of the units are not serviceable on the side of the road with anything that you're going to carry with you, right? These things sit high above the ground. Just a simple jack is not going to be able to change a tire just on a travel trailer. Nope. Plus the safety aspect. Right?
Absolutely.
You have a blowout on the side of the road, the last thing you want to do, and cars whizzing by you at 80 miles an hour, is have to try to change a tire. So let the professionals come out and help you with that, and then these plans will pay for those repairs, so you don't have to worry about doing that again.
What about copays? Are there copays involved with the extended warranties?
There's a few different deductible options. So we've got service contracts that offer a zero deductible if you bring it back to Great American RV, and it might be a few $100 deductible if you have to take it somewhere else. So those options are flexible. Finance managers will go over those with you to make sure which one fits your budget the best, because it does affect the price a little bit. So there's different options there. The terms are generally 5 years. That's about the length of the average ownership, actually a little bit longer. So we want to make sure that most customers are covered for the entire length of the ownership of that RV. There's other protection packages because there are a few gaps in coverages with a service contract. For example, roof is not covered, right? And as somebody that's worked on RVs, water leaks.
Water leaks in an RV? That's never
pretty
happened
common
before.
problem,
No,
right? And for the longest time, we didn't have any plans available to protect consumers for that.
Yeah.
Well, now we do offer a roof protection package that does give you a warranty on the seals of the roof, which generally are the items that'll leak and fail. So if you happen to have an issue, go ahead and get that resealed for you. It's not going to cost you anything out of pocket, no deductible. If you happen to have a water leak that's caused some damage to the roof, it'll also pay for those damage repairs as well.
And let's talk experience from that. That's not something that just started today. We've been doing that for a year now.
Yeah,
selling that.
It's been a little over a year, and we've had tons of claims paid. Matter of fact, customers have been, because it does require an annual inspection.
Right.
If you bought from Great American RV, you can bring it into one of our facilities. The inspection doesn't cost you anything. So you bring it in, we'll inspect it. If we notice that there's any kind of sealant that needs to be spot sealed or a whole section that needs to be torn off and resealed, this will pay for that. So it's almost a maintenance package along with a warranty as well.
Wow, that's huge, because your average consumer is definitely not getting up on this roof. Coming from the service side, I know you're not getting up on your roof, and you're not watching my videos that say every 60 to 90 days, get up on this roof and check it out. So that's huge to have that available, to come once a year, have it checked out, and if there is a claim, be covered.
Be covered, yep.
All right, another big thing when it comes to extended warranties is so many people saying, extended warranty doesn't cover anything, don't waste your money on it. How true is that from the financial side of things? Whenever you're selling it to a customer that says that, what do you tell them?
Sure. That is a big concern for most consumers, and most of it is inaccurate. Now, there is no service contract that's going to cover bumper to bumper, right? That's a term that's out there.
If you don't know, campers only have one bumper in the back.
That's right. Yeah. So there is a couple different plans available. Great American RV, on anything that's newer, 5 years or newer, we sell only exclusionary plans, which means that the entire coach is covered other than a list of exclusionary items, most of which are wear and tear items, maintenance items, or any kind of physical damage. So it's too much to go over in one interview, but it's important that you read through those lists. Anything that's not on that list is covered in the RV. And again, it's really important that you understand what's covered, you understand the maintenance side of things, because if it's a maintenance issue, generally nobody's going to cover it. Manufacturer warranty, service contracts, and then work with your service advisor. Sometimes just whatever's wrong isn't written up properly could cause a decline. Now, Great American RV, we have a great relationship with our warranty partners, so if it's a situation where we think it should be covered, we're going to work to get that paid for you. When you buy from just some kind of internet warranty company, there's really nobody to talk to once it's declined. So you want to make sure that you're buying from a dealer and making sure you understand, where you're purchasing from, and make sure that you're buying the best plan possible. Because the last thing you want to have happen is you spend all this money on a warranty and it's got a bunch of gaps in coverage that you didn't understand or that wasn't explained to you. And now you've got issues that aren't being paid for. And nothing's more frustrating than that. So you want to make sure that you're having a good dialogue with your finance manager, understanding exactly what's covered, what's not covered, and making sure that you're reading through your service contract.
And talking about some of those failed claims and stuff, and being able to work with your service advisor and stuff, the best thing to do, not right off the back, is be outraged over it, right? Generally, this kind of thing can be cleared up by just some rewording or re-diagnostics of the actual issue, and then we go back to the table. It's just form of miscommunication, which can happen, right? So it's not always what it may seem, right? We just need to talk about it and get it straightened out, and most of the plans are pretty direct.
That's a good point.
As coverage.
Yeah, a lot of customers, they'll get so frustrated, and I totally get it. And then the first thing you'll want to do is just cancel their plan, right? And all that's going to do is just hurt them as the consumer. So make sure that you're having good dialogue with the service advisor. If it's not making sense, maybe you got to talk to the service manager at the facility. And of course, we'd get the admin involved and making sure that, this should have been a covered component. Let's get this paid for the customer. So making sure that you understand the plan and what's covered is going to be crucial. And then, as you said, don't get so frustrated that you just want to hurt yourself by canceling the plan before we can get this sorted out.
Sure. There's always a way to work with us.
That's right.
All right. Let's say I buy my camper and I have no place to store it. I park it out in the trees, out in the elements, so on and so forth. What kind of, overall protective coverage can happen for my finish, my outside? I want to keep it looking pretty.
Right. I mean, you spend a lot of money on this thing, right? And these things are big buildings. And the last thing you want to do is have to wash and wax this building constantly to at least keep it looking somewhat new, right?
Sure.
So most of our consumers that purchase RVs, they elect to go with our EcoPro. So instead of a basic wash and clean, which we'll do, above and beyond that, we'll apply a ceramic-based coating to the outside of the RV that's going to help cover all those pores in the fiberglass, and even works with the stick and tin, and it's going to help eliminate a lot of the environmental hazards that tend to deteriorate the outside of the coach. So black streak, sun fading, bird droppings, acid rain, tree sap, all that stuff, bug guts on the front caps of fifth wheels especially, right? If you're traveling down the road. These things stick to the outside of the coach, and then immediately are tough to wash off. Then you let them bake in the sun over the weekend while you're camping.
10 times
Good
worse.
luck getting them out, right? This is where EcoPro comes in. It's gonna create that nice glossy finish on the outside of the coach, which is gonna make all that stuff come off very easy with a light brush, soap and water.
Okay.
So it's almost a must on RVs in order to keep them looking, somewhat like new. If not, they get rough really quick, which it does affect lots of the trade-in value. If they come in and we can't get that clean, it's got staining and fading on the outside. If it doesn't look good on the outside, it's tough to get customers to come in the inside to look at that camper. So it's a product that I beg all customers to get. It's just one of those things where you want to make sure that this camper it's your asset. You want to make sure it's looking well, looking nice, and it's not easy to clean without it. So help your back out, get EcoPro.
And it's more than just a product too. It comes with a, we'll say, warranty.
Yeah, that's the great part. So if it fails, but doing what it says it's going to do, it comes with a 5-year warranty.
Boom.
So if you do have issues with the environmental hazards that we just talked about, bring it in. We'll go ahead and take care of those, and warranty will pay for those. No deductible with that either. We have inside with it as well.
Haha, we do the inside now too?
Sure. So we've got 2-part antimicrobial that gets sprayed in the vents of the RV, and if it's a motorhome, in the AC vents as well. Circulates this antimicrobial to keep down germs, mold, mildew, that musty smell that you get in campers when you open them up after a few weeks. Kills those germs, molds, and mildews, 99.9% effective against those. And then we put a stain protectant around the whole inside of the RV as well to keep, all the fun camping stains away from your furniture and your upholsteries.
That's killer. All right, so let's talk about the process of purchasing the camper. I found the camper, I've dealt with the outfitter, I'm happy with the price. Can I get financing today and take it home today, right now?
In most cases, yes.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of Dodge.
Yeah, a lot of times our approvals are pretty quick.
Yeah.
When I say pretty quick, 30 seconds.
No kidding.
Approved, ready to go. So there's a lot of factors with picking up an RV. It's not like a car, right? We don't just wash it real quick and then you're hitting the road.
Sometimes they need to be prepped and serviced and stuff. There can be other factors, but for the finance portion.
Yeah, it's generally pretty quick. And even with Great American RV's process, to take your camper home same day is definitely doable.
Yeah.
So we, matter of fact, we do encourage that. I mean, it's a process to have to come back and do your paperwork.
Maybe you're traveling, you're on a camping trip, you happen to pass through because you saw a beautiful unit on the side of the road and you end up wanting to make a deal. I mean, it's doable.
So once you're ready to make a deal, Great American RV does everything it can to have you leave with that camper until something stops us. Right? And there could be different factors. Maybe you don't have your trade with you. Maybe you want a bigger down payment. You don't have those funds with you at the time. There's certain situations where maybe we can't get the loan approved within a few hours, and you've got to go. That's okay. We work with you. We'll schedule you to come back in within a few days and finish everything up. But for the most part, you want to leave with the camper. We want you to leave with the camper. We'll get it done for you.
Try our hardest to make it convenient.
Absolutely.
When, let's say it is delayed, or maybe I don't want to take delivery for a couple weeks, stuff like that. I know I'm taking delivery today. What do I need to bring with me, right? I've got all kind of things on my mind. What do I need to prepare for and make sure I bring with me when it comes to meeting with a finance manager and the paperwork that's involved and everything, what do I need to make sure I have in hand to make this happen? Sure.
So it varies based on certain circumstances, but for the most part, you need to bring in, your down payment money. If you gave us a deposit and there's more left over, you want to bring in down payment money. Usually certified check is the easiest way to do that.
Okay.
If you have a trade-in, you want to make sure you bring in all aspects of your trade, the trade itself, keys, any owner's manuals, registration. If there is no loan on it and you have the title, make sure you bring that title in.
Okay.
If there is a loan on it, we just need to verify that payoff with your lender, and we'll get that taken care of for you. So you don't have to bring in much, but you do need to make sure you bring in, those few items. Insurance on the new camper, you got to have that before you leave.
Absolutely.
So sometimes it's best to get that ahead of time. And there's certain aspects where you pick up on a Saturday. Some of those might be more difficult, so you got to be prepared ahead of time.
Very true.
If you've got to get a certified check from your bank, you probably want to handle that on Friday, along with your insurance for your pickup on Saturday. So things you got to think about there.
And our Great American RV finance managers will generally be in touch with you during that process with some of the small things to make sure that you're prepared with all that as well. Correct?
That's right. They'll give you a confirmation call to make sure that you remember some of the things that you needed to bring in. We've got a great form that we fill out that is kind of a checklist for you to make sure that you bring in certain items associated with the purchase. So we try to make it as easy as possible possible, and everybody's so busy, and I know people get forgetful, so we want to make sure that you don't come in forgetting something that's major that might delay your
the
pickup.
process. Yeah. Going back to down payments, you said certified check. We could do cash as well, correct? We can also do credit card.
So we can do credit card. We do like to limit the credit cards up to $5,000, and there is a fee associated with running a credit card, as everybody's charging now. Credit card companies charge fees to us, unfortunately, so there is a fee associated with the credit card. So a lot of customers like to do the certified checks, cashier's checks.
So while
cash.
we do it, it's not to your benefit if you do it that way.
Yeah, small down
be
payment, $500 up to $5,000. We can run those on the card. But if you got a $50,000 down payment, you want to avoid that fee.
Put that on a credit card.
We don't want to do that.
If you can, you're awesome, but you don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's avoid that. Bring in that certified check. I don't want you bringing in $50,000 in cash. You can if you want, but
you can if you want,
it's not the safest thing.
No, not really. Thanks for watching the multiple series. If this is the first one you're watching, we've got several more before this, so go check it out on our Great American RV YouTube channel. Follow for more, and thanks for watching here at Great American RV.
Thanks, everyone.